Hey everyone, welcome back to another Flutter tutorial. Today we are going to learn how you can implement the Stripe payment method in our Flutter app. Let's see the demo first. First we have provide the card information, card valid date, CVC. Let's try to pay it. And we have successfully paid through the Stripe. Let's see on the transaction it will be success or not. You can see remaining all are $10 and we have just pay the $20 here in USD form, successful using the Visa. Okay, by this way we are going to implement the Stripe payment method in our Flutter app on both the Android and iOS platform. After this demo, let's start the complete video. Okay. First, let's start to implement the Stripe payment system in our Flutter app. Here you can see I have just created the one stateless widget and scaffold. In a bar there is the text of Stripe payment and elevated button, and the text is pay $10. That's it. If we click on this pay button, the bottom sheet will open with all the required things that we need to provide to complete the payment. First things that we have required, that is the package, Flutter Stripe package. It will provide this service. First, add this Flutter Stripe package with the latest version that will be available at your time. Currently it will 11.5.0 is available. After that we have required some setup for both the Android and iOS. First we have start with the Android. This plugin requires several changes to be able to work on Android device. Please make sure you follow all these steps. Okay, in first step, use Android 5.0. This is not a matter. At the current version of emulator, it will be all the emulator will be more than 5 version. Next thing is API level at least 21 and above. For that, go to the Android section here, app build.gradle, and here in mean SDK version just set 23, or you can make it 21 as well, but at least provide more than 21 version. Okay, the next step is use Kotlin version 1.8.0 and above. For that, go to the settinggradle.kts folder. Here you can find the Kotlin Android version. If you have continuously update your Flutter version, then this is also not a matter. In my system currently 2.1.0 is available. If you have used your old project, then upgrade your Flutter project and at least set 1.8.0 version. Next thing is it will be by default greater than 8. In step 4 we have required some setup for theme. Let's see what does we have need to do, and for that go to the Android app src main race value in style.xml. use this material theme.material component. Just copy it from here and go to the Android app src main res value and style.xml. just provide here by default. This will be here. I'll just change this @android style theme.light.no title bar will be there, and just replace with this. And in next value night, and here just click on style.xml and replace the same thing here. In next steps it will suggest this. Open here and see it will be the same things. Just copy this from here, or for your easy purpose just copy this all the line and replace it here. This is the same line, you can see. Okay, and just remove this. In the next step, using an up-to-date Android Gradle build tools version and up-to-date Gradle version accordingly, just open this example section here, and it will also instruct you what does we need to do. This will be, I think, nothing. This will be nothing to do. I think this will be not required. If you just want to add, and here is the Gradle property, you can add it here. Gradle property, you can add it here. I am not adding here. This is not mandatory. And in the 6 steps, we have required to add something in our main activity.kts file. Just copy this file name and save it, this all the file, and command shift p and source the file main activity.kts and see the example what need to change. First see the instruction, use Flutter fragment activity instead of Flutter activity. Just copy this just like this, Flutter fragment activity instead of Flutter activity. On this both replace this Flutter fragment activity just like this. By default Flutter activity will be here, just replace it. Okay, and the last steps, that is we need to add this progress rule.profile on the Android app level. In Android app level we need to add this file. Just copy this file name from here, and next thing is in Android level we need to add the prograd.progradroles.profile. Give this name and copy the required this file, copy this all file from here, and just like this I'll remove it and paste it here. That's it, nothing new. Okay, on the next steps, that is go to the Gradle property and add this last line, Android enable r8.full mode. Just copy it from here and just paste it here. Okay, and rebuild the app. After you have completed the setup, terminate the app and relaunch the app. It will not work on reload. Okay, we have tried it later. Next things that will be, we are going to set up for iOS. It will be quite easy. We need to upgrade our iOS development target to at least 13. For that, go to the iOS section, close the Android section. Here is the iOS code file. If this is commented just like this, just uncomment it and provide at least 13. I'll provide more than 13, which is 14. Okay, just save it. And next things that we have required for card scanning, add the following to our info.files file. Just this two line, just copy this two line from here and go to the info.files file, iOS runner info.files file, and just paste it here. Use this two line of file, NS camera, use description. Okay, that's it. After you have do this, your setup process will be completed. Okay, just terminate the app and run it again. I have already run it. You can see we have tried it on Android later, and we are not going to test it on web. That's why we are not going to set up for web. After you have set up the Flutter Stripe, you also need to one HTTP request package. If you are comfortable with Duo, that's why I'm using Duo. If you want to use HTTP, then you can use the HTTP. Okay, next things that will be, you need to create the one account in Stripe. It will be easy. Just continue with Google. It will navigate here, and by default it will provide the testing mode for the learning purpose. Before you have launched the app, first try it on the testing mode. If you want to launch the app, then switch to a live account. Okay, if you have login and landing in dashboard, this will be look like. After that, here is the API key section, publishable key and secret key. This two will be required. It will be unique for every user. Click here, the key is copy, and this is the secret key. That's why we need to store on the secret file. Create the one folder, give any name. I'll give name to the core, and inside the core I'll create another folder called secret, and here is the Stripe key, and I have stored these two key, publishable key and secret key here. This is my publishable key and this is my secret key. Just copy it and paste it here. That's it. After you have stored your publishable key, secret key, and you have set up for Flutter Stripe package, then we will start to code. It will be easy. After we have the stateless widget and here is the button, then we have required the function. For that, I'll create the separate file, stripe service.dart. Here I will explain it each and every steps. Okay, for that we have used the Flutter River Port for state management, and this Stripe payment service create a single instance of Stripe payment service that can be accessible throughout the app. This ensure consistent state management and avoid creating multiple instances unnecessarily. Okay, first we have create the instance River provider for Stripe payment service. Next, first define the class and give any name. I'll give the name Stripe payment service and give the same name that we have given here. This is the instance of Duo instance for making HTTP request. The next thing is here in the future function we have payment sheet with Stripe. Here we have required the amount, currency, and merchant name. Okay, we have used the try catch block. Inside this try catch, first you need to create the payment intent on the server, and inside this payment intent we have required a next method which is called payment intent method. Just create it, remaining we have do it. Okay, inside this payment intent we have again require the amount and currency. Inside this future map string dynamic we need two things. First is amount and currency. For your reference and easy understand, here is the full documentation. You may read it. It will mention each and everything. I'll provide all the resource link is in the video description, and here is the endpoint. You can choose any language in Python, in PHP, but we have used the C URL. We have tried it in the default. Okay. Next, inside the payment intent, we have prepared the request body for Stripe API. Inside the body, we have required the amount, currency, main two things, and payment method type. It is optional. Okay, in the payment is type accept amount in send. That's why First we have passed the amount in cent and multiply by 100 to convert it in the dollar. Here it will mention, you can see in the amount section, 100 cents to charge $1 or 100 to charge 100 yen. In normal, 100 cents to charge for $1. If you have required $1, then first you need to provide a 100 cent. In currency, we will provide it a currency. During callback in the button, we will pass the currency name. Here the main point is we have make a post request to the Stripe payment intent endpoint, from where you can get the endpoint. Here is the endpoint. You can get the endpoint from here. Just copy it and paste it here. Okay, response do, we have created the instance of do here, do.post request. First we have the intent. In data we have passed the body that we have created here. In option header we have passed the authorization and content type. This is the default content type. I have copied from documentation. And for the secret key, I'll mention the one important things, that will be why you should never store the Stripe secret key in client-side code or any other payment method secret key in the client code. In this video, we have only store secret key on the client side code for learning purpose and tutorial. This is not a best practice. What will be the best practice to store secret key for securely handle Stripe payment? It will be the 2-3 method that will be store on the backend server. Create a backend using the Node.js, Python or Firebase function to handle Stripe API call. The backend should store the Stripe secret key securely. From there, the Flutter app send the request to the endpoint with the payment detail, and the backend create the payment intent using the secret key and return the client secret to the Flutter app. This will be the secure way and best practice if you have launched the app. We have stored the secret key here in the client side app because this will be only for learning purpose, and we have used the testing mode and only for tutorial. I hope you are understand why this is not a best practice. Keep in mind during the real project. Okay, we have defined the future dynamic and passed the two parameter, amount and currency. In body, we have convert the amount. Stripe only accept the amount in cent, and in the do post request, we have provide the endpoint and we have passed the body. In optional, in the header of this option, here is the authorization and content type. Okay, and last return the response. After that, only one things that will remaining is initialize the Stripe payment sheet with the client secret. Here stripe.instance.initial payment sheet. Here is the payment sheet parameter, set up payment sheet parameter. Here we have a payment intent. Next things, merchant display name, and this style we have the theme mode.light. Okay, it will be easy. After we have completed it, we'll call this Stripe payment provider in this button. Okay, go to this screen. Here first we need to make it consumer widget diff. Why we have make it consumer? Because we are going to use a Flutter River pod. Widget diff to access the Stripe payment service instance from the provider, we need to provide it here and just import the Stripe service, and inside the on press button, first make it async. Button trigger the payment process. When press, we need to initialize the payment sheet with amount, currency and merchant. Inside the try catch method, I will do the Stripe service that we have called it here dot initial payment sheet that we have created here. It require amount, currency and merchant name. In amount, we have passed the $10, currency is USD and name will be WTF code. You can pass your name. Amount that we have already converted there, and next things that is present payment sheet. Stripe service dot present payment sheet. It will be used to present the payment sheet to the user from the card input. We have show the success message if payment is completed, and also show the error message is if payment is failed, and this is the button text. Just save it and I'll click here. What happened? Can see bottom sheet will be open in the testing mode. Okay, there will be the commonly used valid card information one of them is 424242. Just provide it, and in month if you just provide this is the 2022-04, your card has expired. Just provide 2026-27 and provide the CBC. It will automatically detect your country in the iOS and just click on pay. You can see $10 will be payment successfully. And let's see on the transaction section here. In the transaction we have just successfully received using the Visa. Currently 6 successful transaction will be here. If you just click on the pay and just close this dialog, and you can get the unsuccess transaction. Just refresh it here. Can see incompleted. This is the completed that we have complete, and this is the incompleted. But next, if you try to pay again and use another valid card info, which is 555 and 444, it will be available on the internet. You can easily find it. Okay, and this time it will be the MasterCard. Currently we have success with Visa. This will be the MasterCard, and just pay it. Payment successful. Let's reload here, and the payment is success again with the Visa card. With the MasterCard we have also tried it on the Android. I'll just run the Android simulator. You can see the simulator is successfully run without any error. I'll pay for it and I'll provide all the information and again try it, and we have again successfully achieved it on the Android, and Android we have successfully achieved on the iOS as well. Okay, by this way we can easily implement Stripe payment method in our Flutter app.